Hello. I haven't been doing much sewing lately. I haven't done very many videos. In fact, I have a video from the beginning of the month that I still haven't edited. I am, however, today going to actually sew in a video, which is, I think, my first time sewing in a video. I've never done a tutorial. I've given basic, like, this is how I did it, overview type thing, but doing a tutorial is something I'm feeling like I might want to work into, but tutorials are all over YouTube, and I don't feel like I could do any better, so sometimes it might just be, who knows, we'll see how this goes. But today I am going to be sewing actually in a video. I had my last video that's unedited is actually a haul video from like 3 months, and in that I got a Frightful Night placemat kit from Missouri Star, and basically there's a Frightful Night panel, and they had all the extra yardage that you needed to make the placemats and the backing all in one kit, and I grabbed it. The panel is absolutely gorgeous. I have 3 placemats already put together and sandwiched. I left one to hopefully do the video, and I'm going to go ahead and get it. At the end of the panel, which last time I checked, a couple weeks ago, it was still available. They have these really cool, I haven't measured them, but I'm quite sure they're 2.5 strips. And I am going to save those and do another, like a Halloween thing. Also on the panel, there's instructions that you want to save, but there's also instructions if you get the kit from Missouri Star on the back of that page. I wouldn't fret too much if you end up throwing them away or giving them away, because it's really like super basic placemat. So I have everything already cut when I did the other ones. I just want to say that this is probably the cutest Halloween backing fabric. I don't think I could love a Halloween fabric any more than this one. This is so beautiful and so Halloween, it's just crazy. Let me show you what I ended up doing. Okay, so this is my first sandwich, and you can see how it is the bats on the edge with the orange cornerstones, and this one is the kitty cats with the bats and the orange cornerstones, and this one is a more colorful with the orange and then the bats and the cornerstones. So this fourth one that I'm making is the orange strips with the bats and the cornerstones. Okay, super easy. Easy. I'm looking at my strips and I'm thinking that one of them got miscut because they are not the same length. Fabulous. Maybe they are. They didn't look the same length. Okay. So basically, when you cut out your little pictures, you want to make sure you are 1/4 inch away from the picture. I tried my best. It's not exactly straight, so at some points I did have to go and go over it a little bit again, but basically I'm gonna put my long orange strip on one piece, and I am going to sew from the top, and then I will turn it around and I'm going to sew another so that I can see the actual line on the fabric. But I always sew with my little piece on top, and that's how I'm more comfortable. So I know it's an extra step, but it's how I'm doing it. And then also, I have been orienting my trees to make sure that they're upright. It's a very thin strip, and actually it's a little bit hard to tell. This is probably the biggest place I would be able to tell, and if I was looking at it, it was upside down, it would probably drive me nuts. So I did cut my fabric differently than the cutting instructions that they gave me, because I cut so that my long strips also have the trees, and because if they would have been like the bush of the tree over here and like a horizontal tree, it would have made me bonkers. So that's just what I did. So I'm going to line up. Ew. Okay. And go ahead and get started with this first strip. I know I'm not set up for you guys to see me, so I'm sorry. It was something I was hoping for, and I always think I'm going to have time and I'm going to have the money to do something, and I never do. The honest to God truth is I've had probably enough time to sew, but I have a friend who has been enticing me on video games. She doesn't sew, she does video games, and it's a little off, that's okay. Her husband is away, he works away, so she's fairly bored, and it's kind of like, Breezy, are you gonna come play with me? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you know, we love having conversations with our friends. I got it right. Okay. However, I do see a spot that did not. I'm just going to go over this again. In the world happened there? Was I looking up? Okay. It's still kind of there. I've got to go over it one more time. What in the world? That must have been a printing little bubble or something. I try and trim my threads as I go, because the first quilt I did, I left them all there. I never found them all. It wasn't fun. So I try and trim them as I go now. Let's see. Okay, so I have my iron right next to me. I have my little setup over here. And I'm just gonna stage it has to be perfect, but that's fairly good. So there is my top strip with no white showing from the edge of the picture. So then I'm going to do my bottom strip. Okay. Make sure my trees are up and not upside down. apologize. I know it's been a whole year. I don't think I've done a single video without sniffling or coughing or clearing my throat. I have been to the allergist. He has found no new allergies. And my regular doctor was hoping he would have a solution. At this point, they're wondering if it's an allergy or not. But I have no real relief. My allergy medication I take nightly, and I still have high eosinophils, which is basically the substance that triggers the allergic reaction, okay? And at this point, I don't know if I'm ever going to get relief. And the messed up thing is my allergies have never really been that bad until 11 months ago. Oh my God, I think that looks good on this side too. Woohoo! Let's see if I pull my seam back. Holy shamoly, I don't have to redo that one. Okay. Apologize again. Sorry. Interestingly enough, when I measured my, there we go, I got the top and the bottom. My panel pictures, they're supposed to be 16.5 from the length, right? Mine, for some reason, I don't know if some way my panel got stretched out. I know it's crazy, and I probably could have fiddled it a little bit to just do a 16.5 inch strip, but mine were 16 5/8. Why? Who the heck knows? All right, so for my side strips, I have my four little cornerstones, and I am going to sew them onto my side strips. And for the little bats, it's not as, because they're kind of like scattered and they kind of go all different directions. I'm still trying to orient my fabric to make it look, you know, so that the bats ain't upside down, but there are some upside down bats, so it's not as big of a deal. See, like, this is my cornerstone, and if I wasn't paying attention, I could put it like that, and the bat would be upside down, and it's fine and dandy. Not as big an issue as the trees, but, yeah, well, I don't want it to be upside down. Oh, goodness. So, to top it all off with my allergy issues and asthma issues, if I'm breathing heavy, I apologize. There have been fires recently in our area. One of the biggest, Canada has been having fires for, I want to say at least a month, maybe even a little bit longer. But Minnesota really hadn't had any fires until recently. And the Boundary Waters, which is west of me, has gotten pretty bad. In fact, I don't know if you guys are anywhere near here, but they actually restricted travel to the Boundary Waters, and that's like a huge like nature. Everybody goes there to go kayaking, fishing. They do hunting, but it's not hunting season. But that kind of stuff. Pictures, like if you have a United States moose picture, it's pretty good chance that it was in the Boundary Waters area. And so we have that, and there is another fire that broke out. I don't remember. So I know I've been here 2 years, but I really don't know any of these areas. Green something fire that is halfway to Duluth and to the west. Which you guys know I have to drive to Duluth to go to work. And when did I go? Not today, yesterday I went to work. It was so smoky. I couldn't even believe. I mean, it's been smoky before. They've had little, you know, the Canadian fire has come down when the wind has blown or whatever. But I mean, it was thick, very thick. And so, if you can hear my heavy breathing, it's from all these fires. And to top it off, there's like an island east of, in Lake Superior. And it is Isle Royale. And Isle Royale also has a fire. Minnesota DNR hasn't recognized it on their webpage, but I have heard about it, and they have stopped tours on Isle Royale. Isle Royale is only for tours, by the way, during certain seasons. It is a nature area where there's like so many different kinds of animals that live only there. Like the one place in the world is on this island, and there's a fire. So there's serious threat as far as will some of these species be able to survive the fire. I haven't looked it up if there's ever been a fire on the island before. I have absolutely no idea. I'm trying to become Minnesotan, and it's maybe I'm really not trying that hard. Okay, so I have my strips with my cornerstones on. I'm just going to add it to the side of my panel. Oh, foo. I ironed my seam to the wrong side. Hold on, let me fix that because I want my seams to nest. That's a bummer. Talking. Bound to happen, right? I think I did that when I wasn't doing a video too. I was like, I was crud. Okay, now I can have nesting seams. Hooray! I'm not a big pinner. Not at all. But this panel has only the cornerstone. So that's like literally 4 points that need to match up. So I pinned the points on this particular one because I thought if I'm sitting there and it's that close to me, like it's going to be like here to here, right? I'm gonna see it. Also something that would drive me crazy. It does not drive me crazy in a quilt whatsoever because as a quilter, yes, I look at the quilt. But I look at the overall picture mainly if it's on a couch or a bed. So that doesn't really bother me. But if I'm sitting like and it's right there and it's like right on the side of your plate, like you're gonna be putting a plate on it, right? So yeah, I'm making sure these ones match up pretty good. If you're wondering how I'm doing with my used new machine that I got that I put on the frame, I haven't touched it. I did at first and I absolutely hate it. And I'm mad at myself because it was a lot of money for the frame, and it was, I mean, a decent amount of money for the used but new to me machine. It's I don't think it's the machine's fault. I think it's partially, okay, mostly my fault. Trying to get my stuff right. Hold on. Because I am such a beginner. I know I've been sewing for what? Okay, it's coming up on 2 years now that I started sewing. But I have only used my beginner machine, and I really haven't done that much sewing. In 2 years, I've done like 10 or 11 quilts. I've done other little projects in between, but not like, there was a time when I was sewing every single day, but I'm not sewing every single day. In fact, not maybe even every week. There's been weeks I haven't sewn just because of things going on. Okay, well, let me iron this out and I'll show you. Yeah, I didn't say it, lying. I'm fixing something first. Could I sew over just that area? Yes, I could. I'm not worried about wasting this thread. This thread it's a dark navy thread I'm using for the piecing portion of it, and it's a cheaper thread. I haven't had any issues with it. But it's the pardon me. The machine quilting mercerized ELS cotton by Coats. Like, it's $5 a spool, maybe, not even that much at Walmart, and it's a nice size spool. 1,200 yards. So it's a decent size spool for that price, and so I do piecing with that thread. I know, so faux pas, cheap thread, oh my god. Okay, so there's my one side, and I noticed my little cornerstone is not perfect, but I'm leaving it because I sewed over it like twice. So it is what it is now. I mean, I can try things. It doesn't always work. That's okay. Moving on. Okay, so now I got my other strip, and it's going to go on that side. Boom, boom. Right sides together, obviously. And the top part of... Oh, did I not fix both of them? Okay. Fixing my seams to go to the side so they'll nest. Oh, so sorry. My nose is super itchy right now, too. So when I'm doing a video, I feel like I have to chat, and I feel like if you've followed me, you know so much of my life, because I'm a very open person, and I've talked so much, but I feel like I have to talk when I'm doing a video, otherwise it's just a boring video. So, I once mentioned in a really old video about how, like, once I have excuse me, found a brand and I like it, I'm like super duper loyal. Like, my cell phone is LG. It's my third LG because I was like, I love this phone. It's cheap, but it works decent. I mean, obviously it's no Samsung Galaxy. I don't need all that. So now I hear LG is not making phones anymore. I don't know if it's true or not, but man, am I going to be bummed. But, so I bought this very beginner Janome for $85 when I wanted to try sewing. And I absolutely love this machine. And so I've been trying to stay with Janome. The other machine I got was Janome. And I have my eye on a serger. It's very inexpensive, and it's Janome. I want to upgrade my machine for sitting here. So I am partially thinking that I might take my machine off my frame, my 1600p, and use it here and get familiar with it for a while. But even then, I want to put it back on the frame. I want to give it another go eventually, because I have like 6 quilts to quilt, and I'm hoping to do them on the frame. So, there's that, but I have found another machine that's inexpensive, that pretty much has everything I want. And it's a baby lock, but I'm really... There's a Janome machine that's an upgrade, and it's not expensive. But basically, it would be, for the baby lock machine, it's about $150 more than the Janome machine that I was thinking about upgrading to. Even if I upgrade to the Janome machine, anything would be better, right? But the baby lock, just the aesthetic of the baby lock is what's kind of getting me. And I don't know, just what I've been looking for is something with a drop-in bobbin, clear top so I can see. I want a cutting button. I want a needle up-down button. I want hopefully a speed, and I also want a threader. So there's lots of machines that fit that bill. But I'm also very price conscious. And the Janome is, I think, a JW8100. It's like $300 or so, I think. I'm pretty sure it's like right around that $300 mark. Not bad, because it has 60 stitches or 100 stitches, which is also something I really want to play with. I don't want to get another, I think this one is supposed to be 16 or 32. Okay, so I have 6 different stitches times 2, that's 12, plus 2 buttonholes. It has to be a 16 stitch machine. 14 maybe. I don't know, but I want the decorative stitches. Silly me. And the baby lock has, I think, around the same, 100, 120-ish. I kind of like the baby lock decorative stitches. Well, no, I don't kind of. I really like the decorative stitches on the baby lock machine. So I'm really struggling with like switching brands because, like I said, I'm so loyal to one brand. Like, I feel like I'm cheating on Janome. Is that weird? But so many people have told me how happy they are with their baby lock. And I've had more and more people tell me how unhappy they are with their Janome. And I'm not happy with my other Janome. I'm not saying it's the Janome's fault. I'm fully admitting that it's maybe a little bit more machine than I was quite ready for. I don't know. That's what's going on in my sewing machine thoughts right now. Just a smidge of that white seam showing. I definitely don't want that showing. Especially where I put the pins in, because the pin lifts up the fabric, and one of these days I'll get it all right, right? See now. Okay, no white showing. And there is really cute, easy I don't know, my camera just tried to tell me something. I have absolutely no idea what it is. So here's a really cute, easy placemat top. I will sandwich it, and I will free motion on my really basic machine, because placemats aren't going on the frame. That's not happening. And I would like to point out that my seams right there and right there nested so beautifully. I'm so happy. The other one we'll just forget happened. So that is my beautiful Fright Night. See, I'm smart. Pro tip. Always save your selvage. Frightful Night by Wilmington Prints. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Most beautiful Halloween fabric. I'd like to just buy a bunch of it. But I got my placemats, and I got a big, like, wall hanging. I need to buy the backing fabric, but I might just do flat black, because it's, nobody's going to ever see it. The placemats I might see, because I might flip them over just because a little variety, but the wall hanging thing, which I think is going to go on my door, but the door did really sun fade my my little 6-inch by 20-inch door hanging. Pretty bad. So maybe I won't. I don't know. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this little quick sewing with Bree. If you have any questions, comments, please let me know. I am available by email. If you want to see me do something, let me know. If you're struggling with something, let me know. I can say either, yes, I'm struggling with it too, or, hey, this is how I tackled it. The main focus of my channel is basically just for other beginners to get together. I need a support group, and I'm assuming that there's other people who are beginning quilting who would like a support group. And with the pandemic, you know, quilting guilds aren't always necessary, or if you live in the corner of Lake Superior in a forest and 3 miles away from actual civilization, what did I say? 3 hours away from actual civilization, it's really hard to get to a quilt guild. So just let me know whatever you got. If you, I don't know, you want to look at more fabrics, you want to do more of these simple, look how quick I did this video, or just let me know any of that. I'm always available. Hopefully I'll post my email in the description box. All right. Anything else for today? I hope that's everything. Have a great quilting day.